General stores versus niche stores. Which one should you set up when you're just starting dropshipping? I'll answer this very simply. When I first started dropshipping, I got started with general stores because general stores gave me the flexibility to quickly test multiple products on the same store and just move on to the next one if one didn't work. The idea of just having to set up a unique one product or niche store every single time you want to test the product, to me is absolutely crazy because your success rate might only be, let's say, 5%, which means you need to set up 20 stores just to find one product that works and spend like 50 hours setting up all those stores. I much rather set up those 20 products all in one store and then see what has at least a break-even for us or it's picking up some momentum, and then once we've validated it at a small scale, then we can build out a unique niche store for it and then look to ramp it up. And in theory at least, doing things this way around saves you so much more time and it's just much more efficient. And of course, in business, especially dropshipping, time is everything. However, in actual practice, doing things this way around does present some issues. I'll give you an example. So let's just say you were testing on a general store and you find one product that's picking up momentum and it's doing well on the general store. And then you build out a completely new store, a niche store just for this one item, and you try to relaunch your ads to the new store. Maybe for some reason, these ads just stop working whenever you relaunch them. They just don't pick up the way that they used to on the original store. And I had this exact issue happen to me a couple years ago when we were testing this product. It was an acupressure mat. We were testing it on our general store and we were getting like a 5-6 ROAS on day one. And the days after that, it was just consistently working. So then we decided to build out a niche store just for this item. And then as soon as we tried to relaunch the ads on the new ad account using the exact same copy, the exact same creative, just changing the link to the new store, it just stops working. For no reason, it just stops working and we can't replicate the performance that it originally had on the general store. And also at the same time, the original ad that we were running to the general store was still on and it was still converting. But when we tried to relaunch it, but just by changing the link, it just stops working for just no apparent reason. That really just comes down to the randomness of ad platforms and the algorithms behind them. What's basically happening is that when you select the interest, maybe the pixel or the algorithm is targeting a small segment inside of that interest of like good quality buyers in one ad account, but then on the second ad account, it goes after a different segment in that bigger interest and it brings you just low quality traffic that doesn't convert. And unfortunately, there's no real way to control that. It's just the way it works on Facebook and TikTok. And you can just try it for yourself and see, like if you duplicate the same campaign 3 or 4 times inside the same ad account, you can see all those duplicates, all those copies perform vastly differently to each other. So maybe in the worst case, if you can't replicate the performance of the ads over to a new store, then you need to scale that winning product on your general store and maybe just transform the store into a niche one really. Another issue with general stores is that unless you're building super great quality landing pages for every single product that you're testing, you'll typically see that your conversion rates are going to be way lower than if they were on a one product store. Which means your test data isn't necessarily accurate because maybe if you were testing that product on a one product store, it would have driven 2 times the amount of conversions and been super profitable. But because it was on a general store, it had a low conversion rate and it looks like it was a bad product and you just discarded it because it wasn't profitable. So just keep that in mind. Generally speaking, I would go for general stores off the bat. However, I will say this though, if you do have a killer product that kind of ticks all the boxes and you've made some killer ad creatives for it and you just have a feeling that it's going to take off, then definitely I would say go ahead and build up a niche or one product store just for that one item and just go for it.